So here we are with the last fat soluble vitamin, vitamin K. So when we talk about vitamin K, the first thing which understands or comes into any medical perspective is its clotting factor. So vitamin K is very important for clotting of your blood. Apart from that, there are researchers which says about or talks about the maintenance of strong bones and healthy calcium uptake in the body as well, along with few modifications for glia proteins. We'll talk about this glia proteins a little bit later. So when we talk about vitamin K, the first thing which comes to our mind is where it is available. So it's available in all the green colored fresh fruits and vegetables. So the daily requirement is somewhere close to 55 to 60 micrograms every day. So basically you have to eat your greens every day. The reason why lies in its family. There are two types of vitamin K. One is vitamin K1 and vitamin K2. So vitamin K1 is a direct precursor for photosynthesis. So majority of the plants which are doing photosynthesis do produce vitamin K1 in them. So ingesting vitamin K directly from the plant source is going to benefit us, and 80% of it comes from the plant source. Other vitamin K2, as you can see, the family has a long tails of carbon at the end, so which is called as carboxylation. And this is what we'll talk about glia cells in the later slides. So how is this formed? This formed in the intestine of humans and animals, where the gut bacteria or the microbiome in your large intestine and the small intestine convert vitamin K and uptake these vitamin K again in order to make them more effective. As I have already said, the importance of vitamin K is to make the blood clot. So it is very important for your body to keep that happening. So body somehow tries to activate these microbiomes to convert them or the available K1 into natural modified vitamin Ks in the system. So when we talk about the metabolism, we need to understand that, as I said, dietary intake is very easier for the body because it gets into the system when there is availability of pancreatic juices and bile juice. It gets absorbed in the liver and gets stored in the bones. But we have to also understand when there is no availability of vitamin K, this dietary which is there like any other matter in the system, these So when we talk about the metabolism, the very important source, as I said, is that of dietary vitamin K. So the 80% of it comes from the food which we eat, but sometimes we don't have adequate vitamin K in the system. So whenever you have adequate vital vitamin K, which is dietary in nature, they get into the system and get absorbed in the presence of pancreatic juice and bile salts, get absorbed and are stored in liver, muscles, and in bones. So whenever body requires vitamin K, it utilizes this. The amount of vitamin K which is there in excess is thrown out in the form of urine. But let's assume that there is no much of vitamin K. You're not eating good fresh fruits and vegetables. You are binging on to the high carbohydrate diet like that of pizzas and burgers. So what happens is body now has to dig deeper and probably create an environment for the microbiomes in the system to produce the adequate vitamin K. So when you produce adequate vitamin K in the system through the process of carboxylation, this is what leads to glia cells. So microbiomes in the system are helping you to develop an extra additional protein which is going on in the body to help these absorption happen. So this is also happening in the presence of cholesterol. So when you eat too much of carbohydrates, they get stored in the body in form of cholesterol. And in this cholesterol is what you have excess of vitamin K stored. So it helps in easier storage and easier retention of vitamin K when needed in the emergency situations. So this is the unique method in which vitamin K is not the forerunner for major disease and distribution of the body, but it is more acts as a protection cover. It more acts as some kind of a vital element to take care of the rest of the process or to happen the rest of the process smoothly. So when we say that it is more important in the sense, what is its deficiency and what can it happen? So if there is a deficiency in vitamin K, there is increase in clotting time. So increase in clotting time leads to blood loss and hemorrhage in the system. So blood loss and hemorrhage in the system can contribute to in a negative way for the system. What are the other reasons where you can find deficiency is on a prolonged use of antibiotics. Like I said, body, if it is given a lot of antibiotics, these antibiotics in the body will start converting these vitamin K into storable vitamin K, which will be not used for absorption, thus creating a negative balance in the system. Overdose has not been much found in the system because there is no much of a utility value of vitamin K apart from clotting, apart from glia protein conversion. And also when you eat too much of it, it is stored in bones. So probably it will help you rather than any negative effect which has been seen in the system. So similarly, when you talk about it, the importance on the other hand is in the treatment of osteoporosis at the old age. So vitamin K is required as a kind of balancing out or holding the calcium atoms together that reduces the fracture on a long run. So this increases the mineral density in postmenopausal period. Along with that, we have also seen that this does not just increase the calcium channels or increase in calcium salts in the body, it also acts as an anti-calcification protein by carboxylation. So what happens is arteriosclerosis, which is deposition of calcium flux in your arteries and making the hardening of the arteries will also feel much lessened when you are consuming fresh fruits and vegetables. So that is the reason why a higher concentration of your green salads, higher concentration of green fruits and vegetables will reduce the amount of hardening of your arteries, will reduce the amount of thickening of your blood as well. So along with that, you can also notice for the roles of inflammation, for the roles of brain function and endocrine function, along with anti-cancerous properties of these vitamin K has also been noted in the recent studies. Having said that, we have also seen that these medicines also interact with vitamin K. So medicines like anticoagulants, like warfarin, they are given for making smooth move of blood across the body. Along with that, antacids, antibiotics, and chemotherapeutic drugs and seizure drugs are also seen to have been interacting with vitamin K, thus reducing the vitamin K doses in the body and also reducing the medicine dose in your body. So when you're consuming any medicine, look out for what are the foods which you're eating. So it's always a balance which the body creates. This is the beautiful balance which the nature has given us, but we don't eat properly. We rely on medicines and that can internally lead to other problems in the system. So having said that, this is the end of today's vitamin K, a short and sweet video. So in the coming weeks, we'll dive more into the water-soluble vitamins with that of vitamin C, B, and others. So hope to stay tuned for the coming weeks. We'll learn more about the importance of vitamins and minerals in the system. Until then, make sure you stay healthy, make sure you are indoors and you take care of yourself and your health. See you in the next week. Till then, bye-bye.